On December 4, 1533, the Kremlin was heavy with silence. Inside its fortified walls, Moscow held its breath, because its ruler, Grand Prince Vasily III, the man who strengthened the Muscovite state and expanded its borders, had taken his final breath. Vasily had spent his rule reshaping the power of Moscow, tightening its grip over the surrounding lands, and pushing the dream of one Russia. But in his final days, he knew his most important legacy wasn't land or conquest. Instead, it was a child who was barely old enough to speak in full sentences. A child who was only 3 years old. The child's name was Ivan. As Vasily lay dying, he ordered the boy brought to his bedside. The mighty prince, weakened and pale, placed his blessing on the toddler, and entrusted Moscow's future to a child far too young to understand the weight of a crown and the gravity of the situation. When the Grand Prince died, the court erupted in uncertainty. A powerful kingdom suddenly found itself ruled by a toddler. And where power is uncertain, ambition grows. Within hours, little Ivan was proclaimed the new Grand Prince of Moscow, carried through the halls of the Kremlin not as a child, but as a symbol. A tiny figure wrapped in royal robes, surrounded by towering boyars whose whispers carried more danger than comfort. Behind the scenes, the struggle for control began just instantly. Vasily's widow, Elena Glinskaya, stepped forward as regent, determined to protect her son's throne. But the boyar families, the great noble houses, saw this as an opportunity. They circled like wolves, each seeking influence over the young prince and the state he represented. And there, in the middle of this storm of politics, fear, and ambition, was Ivan. A 3-year-old learning to walk the halls of power before he ever learned to write. No one knew it then. But this small, frightened child would eventually grow into one of history's most formidable, and feared, rulers. Ivan IV, Ivan the Terrible. His reign would shape Russia for centuries, marked by brilliance and terror. But it all began on this single day. December 4, 1533, when the death of a father placed a crown on a child's head and set the stage for a legacy written in both glory and blood.